All right, you guys, it is January 3rd, Wednesday, and another exciting day in crypto. We have a market cap of $763 billion. Let's look at our beautiful, crazy graph. Um, let's just go back to one day here and see this nice, beautiful, inclining increase. If we go back to 1 month, we can see our past all-time highs are well behind us, and isn't that beautiful? Money is coming into the space for sure. On another positive note, this is the triangle I've talked about a couple times now by Tone Vase, and basically saying we wanted to see this break out up for a bullish sign and down for a bearish sign. And we have gone bullish. We have closed outside of this triangle. The next things we basically want to look for is closing higher than the very top of this one, which happens to be at approximately 15,480-ish. That will be another a sign showing that we are indeed moving further ahead and we have less resistance. And then the next ones will be around in here. Around the next resistance will be around 16,400 to I guess 17, the first half of the 1700s ish, and then we're free all the way up to here. And really, like, the biggest resistance is probably the very top of this area here, this orange line here. From there, we're probably going to test 20,000, and if we test 20,000, I think I showed parabolic Trav's thought of high 20,000s, and then he had a more optimistic chart of, I think, low 30,000s. So, or wait, higher 30,000s. So we shall find out what's going to happen. But it's just nice to see us breaking out of this trend, and definitely hope for the best there. Yeah. So another note, I talked about this last time, but I want to emphasize it again. Basically, I'll see how far we go on this. I don't want to get it too boring, but he's basically saying that he has so many good points. Like, if you want bullet points, things condensed, and just good thoughts for this year, read this article. I'll put a link again down underneath. I have no association. I don't know. I kind of know who this is, but I don't know him personally or anything like that. I have nothing to gain from it. I just think it's good information. Anyway, yeah, so he thinks that 2017 to 2019 will be the big crypto bubble, and he says things could get nuttier from here. And man, doesn't it feel like things are already nutty? Like, if you've been in this even half of last year, do you not already feel like your mind's been blown? Like, this is almost unbelievable. He says the retail investor base is 10 times larger than the dot-com bubble, with 24/7 access to the FOMO and get rich quick-ism, and we've got CNBC to help with the jump, with the pump. And this is something that everyone's been saying, and I think it's one of the reasons why I'm so confident in holding right now, and it's one of the things I'm paying the most attention to decide when I want to start getting out, and or at least strongly reevaluating my position, and if the amount of money I have in it's worth it. This is my biggest bullish indicator, which is that the big institutions are coming in after people like me. It says, unbelievably, the institutions will be the last money in this time, with the futures market and custody solutions just coming online, and the mythical ETFs perhaps not too far behind. This has been properly hyped. I think I could see a Q1, Q2 stampede, and man, I could too. And a lot of people are predicting a $100,000 Bitcoin, and man, would that not be interesting? So basically, another thing is, things are optimistic right now. I'm not sure, like, if when that money comes in, my confidence and my ability to be so bullish, it's not going to be there. I'm very bullish right now in general, especially with Bitcoin. But it's hard to talk about alts because there's so many of them. But I will actually talk about a couple here. Just want to go a little further. yeah, this is another good point. This is the second point. But he's saying there's only like 5 people talking about fundamentals right now. Most seem to be triangulating on the same general view. I call it the crypto asset barbell, cryptocurrencies, sky's the limit, utility tokens heading to zero, and smart securities coming soon. I completely agree. Cryptocurrencies, sky's the limit, utility tokens are heading to zero, and smart securities coming soon. I just want to leave it at that. That is some. So I'm a fundamental. I like the fundamental stuff. I want to pay attention to the macro, the axioms, the things you can know and make rational conclusions from them, and of course emotions, which are not necessarily a fundamental, are something to that they are a reality. People have emotions. People make decisions off of emotions, and that has to be counted as well. But I want to know what is actually real, and where the emotions are leading people to value things that are not worth that much money. Anyway, so I think we need people talking about fundamentals. I think, and then he talks about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash, I believe, and Monero as the main cryptos. I think Litecoin should be in there, and I think Decred is pretty freaking legitimate. But if I'm going to start naming a bunch, then it's hard to know where to stop. But this is, I think those are great things to point out. And he says most utility tokens will go to zero regardless of team quality and execution. You simply don't need to hold them for momentum and greater fool investing. When the market lacks higher order investors for speculators to flip to, assets will unwind viciously. I think that's happening. I think utility tokens are dangerous. I mean, yeah, make sure you know what you're doing with the utility token if you have money invested in it. And I do right now, but I mean, I definitely have some utility tokens. I don't think they're all bad, and I don't think I don't know how long I want to hold them, honestly. And I think it's worth talking about. Okay, back Ripple. I've mentioned Ripple before, and that I think there are some questions with that are not answered. I'm just going to read this. I didn't understand Ripple at 1 billion. I really don't understand Ripple at 100 billion. It's not required to use Ripple's software, so unless banks are adopting the currency as a new global reserve, it doesn't make sense. But the top employees are now billionaires, so that's cool. Anyway, okay. I'll read one more. Gotta read one more. Bitcoin Cash, or Bcash, or BCH, is tough to root for, but you have to be long as a hedge. If Bitcoin Cash loses badly, Bcash loses badly, I doubt we'll ever see on-chain Bcash scaling. And Core's triangle hold on the dev roadmap will be cemented. But if Bitcoin Cash wins, it could take down the whole asset class. Rock hard place. So I happen to agree. I mean, I've said this before, but I think in a certain sense, Bitcoin Cash is forcing Bitcoin to prove some things. In Bitcoin, it has been so historically resilient, and Bitcoin Cash is another one of those things that I see as, I mean, in a certain sense, I almost emotionally hate Bitcoin Cash. But really my distaste comes from, not from Bitcoin Cash and its innate attributes. It comes from the propaganda associated with Bitcoin Cash. And I think it's people seeming to me intentionally giving true facts that are one-sided and paint this picture to what I see as vulnerable new people to the space, and that is hard for me to watch, and that I do not like that. But I do think Bitcoin needs to be able to handle something like a malicious fork, and I hope it handles it and dominates it and is better, bigger, stronger, faster because of it. I think the things that people like about Bitcoin Cash, there's other coins out there like possibly Decred, Lightning, Dash that have attributes and could potentially fill the void and do what Bcash is saying it's going to do, except many times better. Anyway, okay, I could keep going. This is pretty long. I think it's worth reading. And like I said, I'll put a link below to that. This is just another basic good advice, and I think Luke Martin, his Twitter handle's Venture Coinist, but he's worth following on Twitter. I want to create like a intro PDF essentially, and have Twitter handles and things like that, just like the best resources I could give to people that are new to the space to get information. Anyway, he was one of the people that I think is worth following on Twitter. But he says, patience with your positions that haven't moved yet. Don't sell out of the better value position to chase the green candle momentum somewhere else. Stick to your strategy, move slower. I totally agree. Like I've said, I've really like almost probably hammered too hard on the hodl hold. Like the when you're picking coins in this incredible market that you believe in, your returns are going to be fine, and you're going to be able to hold through those dips and see that amazing other side if you believe in the company, if you believe in the crypto, and if you don't, you're going to sell, and it's going to hurt you. And even if you do want to sell or buy, just like he's saying, move slow. Just like little fallacies and little things that I think hurt people in the space that I would want people to consider, and I just want to be an advocate for, is you happen to be paid today. That doesn't mean that today you need to buy a particular coin. Maybe split it up into tenths, or split it up in at least half or something like that, and buy half today and then check back tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be glad you did. I know that's what I really tried to do, and a lot of stuff I'm telling myself the same stuff when I'm saying it. I'm just I'm seeing valuable things, and I want to bring you on and give you the best advice I can. And that's the reason I'm saying this, is I'm noticing my head. I could easily get trapped. I'm telling myself, no, don't do that. And the cool thing is that I'm seeing, like, I haven't been in this space incredibly long. I've been in since 2015, and in this space, that's a longer time. And I did the trading route where I was trading lots of money in and out, or a higher percentage of my portfolio in and out. And over time, more and more hold. You can still trade. I just that's what comes easy to people. It's the holding side that comes hard. That's the side I think that is underrepresented. And anyway, I talked about that a lot, and I think you guys get the idea. Anyway, I think that's all I actually have for today. So, man, I know this is going to be a crazy year. I can't wait for Bitcoin to just jump, and alts to just jump. I mean, they're already jumping. I mean, our market cap's so high. But anyway, look at this beautiful thing. Anyway, okay. Thanks you guys for watching. Have a good night. I will talk to you later.